It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Last of Us on HBO. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at a reveal about a massive time jump in the second season. Stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So it has been revealed that there will be a 6-year time jump in the second season, likely at the beginning of the story. This obviously lines up with the video game because when we got into the second part of the game, there was a few years time jump, so this matches with that. And obviously with the picture that they released from Joel, we can see he's much older. We're gonna see a 6-year time jump. When we look at Ellie, it doesn't quite fit. I mean, this Ellie looks like Ellie from season 1. She hasn't really aged, you know what I mean? So because of that, that takes away from it a little bit and takes you out of the immersiveness of the story because you don't feel like that much time has passed when you see Ellie. But then when you see Joel, you're like, yeah, 6 years has passed. So it's a little weird and I wonder how they're going to make it work. Obviously, it's not just the way she looks. She could act older and that's fine. But the look itself just doesn't work, in my opinion, because she doesn't look older. Obviously, we've seen a few time jumps now in The Last of Us. We started with 20 years ago, obviously 26 years ago now if we look at the second season, but when it all started, the prologue, before the apocalypse, we saw Joel losing his daughter, and then later, like a few years after, we see him again. This was, of course, in flashbacks when we saw Bill and Tess with Joel. Of course, we get to the 20-year time when we start the story in The Last of Us Season 1 with Joel and Ellie. And now for Season 2, we're 6 years after that. So 26 years from the start of the apocalypse. So of course, this is Joel in Part 1. And this is Joel in Season 1. We can see that he's the same age or around the same age. So that obviously fits. But then when we look at Joel in Season 2 compared to Joel in The Last of Us Part 2, we can see that Joel in The Last of Us Part 2 appears a little older than Joel in Season 2 of the HBO adaptation. Not that that matters, obviously. That doesn't take away from the story. That doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. I'm just pointing out that he's a bit older in Part 2, or appears to be a bit older. Now, one good thing about that is that if they were going to do that, then it would have been even more weirder to see Ellie that young. You know what I mean? So I guess it kind of works out the way it is, but at the end of the day, I feel like maybe they should have gone for a more realistic time jump. Maybe 3 years, 2 years, something like that, but doesn't really matter. The only thing is when we see Ellie, it doesn't feel like she's aged quite as much as she should have compared to Joel. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.